Okay, the students, today we are going to learn how to change the voice of WS question and from active to passive. So in our previous class, we talked about the voice change from active to passive of yes no question. And to do well or to be skilled in or to do the voice from active to passive or yes no question, sometimes you need to make a rough to make the voice, to make it easier for you to do it. But today, we are going to face WS question to make from active to passive, and this is very easy and you do not need to make any rough for it. WS question, we know in class 5 you learned about WS question. WS questions are those we start with some WS words. You know, there are 9 WS words. And the question which starts with these kinds of WS words are called WS question. So now we are going to learn how to change the sentences of WS question from active to passive. Okay, what the rule is? The first rule is in active sentence. For example, let me give a sentence. What did you buy? What did you buy? This is a WS question. And if you are asked to make it passive, how will you do it? Now, listen. When you want to make an active sentence to passive, then you need to use the WS word first. This is active and this is passive. So in passive sentence, you have to use the WS word first. Then you have to use the auxiliary verb according to the tense. According to the tense. You know, in this sentence, you is the subject in active sentence. So in passive sentence, this subject will become object. So the object will take place at the end of the sentence. So now, this is the example of which tense? This is the example
Past,
of
sir, past. Past.
Just do not tell past. Specifically tell.
Sir, past indefinite.
Past indefinite, sir.
So this is past indefinite tense.
Sir, past indefinite
In
tense.
past indefinite tense, which auxiliaries are used in passive sentence?
Was born.
Was or where?
Was অথবা were.
Where? Okay, so here we have to use was. Then we know that after the auxiliary verb, then you need to use the past participle form of the main verb. The main verb is by, so it will be bought. What was bought? By, then the subject will become object. What was bought by you? So this is how you can make an active sentence a passive one. So once again, I am going to tell you the rules. The rule is you have to use the WS word at the very beginning of the passive sentence. Then, if the sentence, active sentence, has any object, then the object will become the subject of the passive one. As the given sentence does not have any subject here, as you will doesn't have any object here, so the subject is you, the you will become the object in the passive sentence. So after what we have to use the auxiliary verb according to the tense. As we know that in past indefinite tense we need to use the auxiliary was or where. Only for this we have used the auxiliary was here. After that you have to use the past participle form of the verb what. After that according to the rule we need to use a preposition by. The by is here and the objective form of you is here. So what is the first rule? You have to use the WS word at the very beginning. But there are exceptions. 2 exceptions with 2 WS words. What will be used as what? When will be used as when? Why will be used as why? How will be used as how? other than two, only who or whom. Who or whom.
স্যার হোয়াটটাও তো যেমন দেওয়া থাকে তেমনই হয়।
Yes. Who will become by whom and who will become who.
Who?
These are exceptionals. Whom will become who and who will become
Whom?
by whom. Do you know why you have used by? Because who is the subjective form, and in passive sentence, who becomes the objective form of whom. And we know when the subject becomes object, we need to use a preposition, and most of the time the preposition is you by. Most of the time the preposition is by, and only for this you have used the preposition by before whom. Have you understood?
Yes,
Now-
sir.
Now, in our previous class, I also talked about some special verbs which do not take the preposition by after it. Rather, they take some special preposition. For example, known takes to, contain takes in, satisfied take with or at. Similarly, if in any sentence, if any sentence starts with who, but if it has such specific verbs, only then by will not be used. You will have to use the specific preposition or specific verbs. And I'm going to tell you the examples so that you can easily understand. Who is calling me? Who is calling me? Okay. Who knows me? I have written two sentences where the verb is calling, another verb is know. So this known will this verb will become known, and it will become called. Okay. According to the rule, I have already told you that who becomes by whom. Who becomes by
By whom?
whom. We know after called we need to use by, but after known we need to use
To.
to. So after called we have to use by, so use by whom. By
Whom?
this one is the object. We know that in active sentence, if we find an object, the object will become the subject in passive sentence. So it will become I in the passive sentence. And we have to use the auxiliary verb in passive sentence. So this is the example of which tense?
Say present continuous.
Present continuous tense. Very good. Present continuous tense. Can you tell me in present continuous tense which auxiliaries are used in passive sentence?
Is,
Sir,
are, am.
Am is are.
Plus B.
Sir, am is are
Being.
plus being.
Is, are plus being.
Being.
So me will become
By.
I. So after I, which auxiliary do we need to use? Am, is,
Sir,
or are?
am. Sir, am.
Am will take place after I or before I?
Before, sir.
Before.
Why? Why before I?
Sir, কারণ এটা question
Second
sentence.
interrogative sentence, sir.
Thank you, lesson and for this, because this is an interrogative sentence. This is a question, and we know in question the main auxiliary or the first auxiliary takes place before the subject. So you have to use the auxiliary am before the subject. So by whom am I? Then, as it is continuous tense, in continuous tense, in the last class I told you, in every
Sir, being
continuous
বসবে।
tense, you need to use the word being. So by whom am I being? By whom am I being?
Being.
That's the first person form of the noun.
Called.
By whom am I being called? By whom am I being called? Have you understood or still you have confusion? If you have any confusion, you can tell
No,
me
sir.
anyone.
No, sir.
So, by whom am I being called? Now come to the next one. Who knows me? This is the example of which tense?
Present simple.
Which tense?
Present indefinite.
Present
Present
indefinite.
Present
Is known. After known, which preposition?
to.
We use to. So it will be to whom.
To whom? Whom?
Whom. It won't be by whom. Because you know that after known, we need to use the preposition to. So it will become to whom. Okay. Now this is the object. And this object will become subject in the
Subject.
passive sentence. So it will become I. So which auxiliaries are used in
Am.
present
Am.
indefinite tense? Am is that.
Am.
So to whom am I known? Any question?
No, sir. No, sir.
No question. Thank you very much. So I like you to have a practice on WS question. Listen, Ahmed. Have I been waiting for you? Have I been waiting for you? I have already told you that this sentence should be used in active form, because if you make it a passive one, it will not good. It will not look good. Okay. Have I been waiting for you? That is, have you been being waited for by me? It can be. If you write down, have I been waiting for you? Have I been waiting for you? Okay, so which one is the object of this? If I consider it the group verb, then it will be the object. So this object will be the subject of the passive sentence. And this is the example of present perfect continuous tense. We know in present perfect continuous, in passive form, we need to use the auxiliaries have been or has been. After that, the very common thing being will be used. So you will become you. So have you been waited for by me? This for is this for. So listen. Have you understood?
ইয়েস স্যার স্যার প্রথম দিকে একটু স্যার সমস্যা ছিল বলে বুঝতে পারছিলাম না যে কি যেন বললেন স্যার কোর ইংলিশ না কি বলছিলাম বুঝলাম না স্যার তখন
Okay. Thank you.
এখন বুঝেছি স্যার
Obi Ranjan Boni.
Yes, sir.
Keep your microphone muted if you do not have any question. Now, let's have a practice. Which pen will he buy for me? Which pen will he buy for me? Please make the passive of this sentence in the chat box. So I have seen that A lot of you have made the correct answer and a lot of you have made the wrong answers. So which pen? Which pen? This is the subject and this subject will become object. Okay. So which pen? This is future indefinite tense, or there is the presence of the modal auxiliary will. We know if we see any modal auxiliary, the modal auxiliary will be used, and after that we have to use an extra word, that is be. B-E-B. So which pen will be in the first person of form of the verb? Which pen will be bought? And the next one, for me. Which pen will be bought for me? Then the by, and he will become him. Some of you have written, which pen will be bought by him for me. It can be right, but it doesn't look good. Okay, you have to use the preposition as the object just after the main verb. After that, you have to use the by and him. Which pen will be bought for me by him? Any question?
স্যার এই সেন্টেন্সটাতে কি কোনো অবজেক্ট নেই?
No, there is no object.
তার পেনটা কি অবজেক্ট না?
Which pen? It can be object, but here it has been used in place of subject. Which pen will you be buy? Yes, this is object. Here pen, which pen is object? Only for this object has been used here as subject in the basic sentence. Which pen is object and which pen is subject here? In this sentence, he is subject and which pen is object. And in this sentence, which pen has been used as subject and him has been used as object. Anything else you want to know? Okay. Have practice from the book. There are a lot of sentences given in your prescribed books, and you have to go through each and every example so that you can come across a lot of examples. And the more you come across a lot of examples, if you go through a lot of examples, the more you will become skilled in changing voice. Now today, I will start with the voice of imperative sentence. The voice of imperative. Is it in your syllabus, imperative sentence? Voice, interrogative and imperative. Imperative. What is an imperative sentence? What is an imperative sentence? Anyone? Tell me.
স্যার যে সেন্টেন্স দ্বারা আদেশ, উপদেশ, অনুরোধ বা নিষেধ বোঝায় স্যার সেটাকেই মানে ইম্পারেটিভ সেন্টেন্স বলা হয় স্যার।
Yes, a sentence that expresses an order, a command, an advice, then forbid, request, etc. is called an imperative sentence. An imperative sentence most of the time starts with the verb, and if it's negative, it starts with don't or never. Don't or never. Okay, let me start with a very easy and simple one. Write a letter. So this is an imperative sentence. If you want to make the passive from the active one of imperative sentence, all the time you have to use a common verb, that is let. Let. After let, you have to use the object of the verb given in the active sentence. A letter.
স্যার
Is let me finish. Let, then the object will become The object will take place after let. Then you have to use a common auxiliary, that is be. In imperative sentence, the common auxiliary is be. So let a letter be written. The past partial of the past partial form of the verb. After that, by you. This by and where is you? Because you know in every imperative sentence there is the presence of the subject you. In imperative sentences, you remain silent, but you place the action of the subject in imperative sentence. Only for this, you have been here a object, but this is not very compulsory. Let a letter be written. You can write by you or you may not. It doesn't matter.
স্যার
Yes.
বাই ইউ না লিখলেও হবে না?
Yes.
স্যার মানে আমি তো স্যার এই একটা সমস্যা ছিল, কিন্তু স্যার বলতে ভুলে গেছিলাম মানে পটেনশিয়াল বইয়ে।
Or which sentence? Interrogative.
ইয়েস স্যার।
Okay,
আচ্ছা বাই ইউ লিখলেও তো কোনো সমস্যা হবে না মেবি।
No problem. You can write by you, but if you don't write, no problem. Lesson Ahmed, I will.
স্যার মার্ক কি কম দেওয়ার সম্ভাবনা আছে?
Before 3 or 4 minutes before the class comes to end.
Okay, sir.
So this is an imperative sentence. If I make it a negative one, if I want to make an active sentence of to passive when the active sentence is in negative. For example, don't write a letter. This is also imperative sentence. Here, if you are asked to make it passive, at first you have to use let, then not. Let not. If it is only write let, or if it is don't write, you have to write let not. Then the subject, let not a letter be written. Let not a letter be written. Yes.
স্যার মানে স্বাভাবিক সেন্টেন্স থাকলে শুধু লেট বসাইলে স্যার এই নিয়মে করবো, আর স্যার ডোন্ট থাকলে লেটের পরে নট যুক্ত করলে স্যার বাকিটা একই এরকম।
Yes.
এটা এরকম ভাবে না, ডোন্ট লেট আ লেটার বি রিটেন বাই ইউ।
No. Don't will be omitted in passive sentence. Don't is never used in passive sentence.
তার ডোন্ট এর পরিবর্তেই তো লেট নট ব্যবহৃত হচ্ছে।
No, let is according to the rule, and instead of don't we have to use not.
স্যার লেটার নট বি রিটেন কি হবে?
Now please repeat.
স্যার লেটার নট বি রিটেন
Can
এটা
be
কি হবে?
written. Yes, can be. But I think you should use not or just after let.
স্যার এটা শেষে বাই ইউ দেওয়া যাবে না স্যার?
Yes. Let not a letter be written by you. You can write and you cannot. It is up to you. Anything else you want to know? Okay. If the imperative sentence starts with never, if it starts with never tell a
লাই।
never tell a lie. Then again similar rule, let then a lie never be told. Let a lie never be told. Okay.
সেই
You
টোল্ড কি কখন কিভাবে বুঝবো যে টোল্ড হবে না অন্য কিছু হবে?
Tell will become told. And
অন্য কিছু কি?
if it was don't tell a lie, then it could become let not a lie or let a lie not be told. As it is never, we have used never. If it was don't, then we used Not.
Not.
Okay.
Not.
This sentence can be passive in another way. Never, you will not that never. You will not let not a lie be ever told. So never will become ever as we have used not here. So you can also make the
তাহলে এবারটা কিভাবে আসছে?
never will become ever as we have used not here. But if
স্যার
you-
পরীক্ষায় যদি দুটা দেওয়া থাকে তাহলে কোনটা দিব?
yes, please.
স্যার পরীক্ষায় যদি দুইটা অপশনই দেওয়া থাকে তাহলে স্যার কোনটা দেওয়াটা ভালো হবে বা এমনি উচ্চারণের সময় কোনটা বলাটাই
There
ভালো?
will be no options. There will be no. Both options will not be said in your exam because both options are right. And if they
স্যার
are
আসলে আসতে পারে যে দুই উভয়টাই এরকম আসতে পারে।
yes,
Above all.
then the option number C will be that option A and B. You are right, both of the right. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We know that there are some imperative sentence, special imperative sentence which starts with let. There are some imperative sentence which start with let. For example,
মানে স্যার অ্যাক্টিভই লেট দিয়ে শুরু হবে।
yes, the active sentence will start with let. Let me do the work. Is it passive? Let me do the work. Is it passive?
নো স্যার।
No, because the
স্যার
verb
আপনি
No,
is
sir.
কোশ্চেন দিয়েছেন
base
কেন
form.
স্যার?
As
Sir,
the verb
question
is in base form,
স্যার
Yes,
কোশ্চেন দিয়েছেন
স্যার
কেন?
কোয়েশ্চেন মার্ক দিছেন।
it will be full stop. So let me do the work. This is the example of imperative sentence. So in order to make it passive, or if the imperative sentence starts with let, then how you can make it a passive one? You will write the let in passive too. You have to write the word let in passive too. Then you have to use the object of the verb. Let the word. Let the word. Then you have to use the common auxiliary be. Then the past person form of the verb. Done. Let the work be done. Then according to the rule by. There will be by. And these object form will be used here. Let the work be done by me. Let the work be done by me. So this be is from this object. So let the work be done by me by you. Here by you will not be used. If you write by you, it will be considered as wrong. So let the work be done by
স্যার
yes.
স্যার আমার এই যে যেটা প্রবলেম ছিল স্যার আর তো 2-3 মিনিট আছে স্যার।
It's okay. Tell me your problem.
স্যার পটেনশিয়াল বইয়ে 242 পৃষ্ঠায় স্যার প্রবলেম।
The book potential
42
200 everybody open page 242. Let us see
জি স্যার করছে, বের করছে স্যার।
242. Yes, please.
স্যার এখানে মানে দ্বিতীয় প্যারাই স্যার এই যে দিয়ে আছে স্যার অ্যাক্টিভ হোয়াই ডু পিপল স্পিক ইংলিশ স্যার প্যাসিভ যে হোয়াই ইজ ইংলিশ ইজ স্পোকেন বাই পিপল স্যার দুইবার কেন অক্সিলারি ভার্ব হলো স্যার?
The second is mistakenly written here. This is the printing mistake. The answer is why is English spoken by people? Why is English spoken by people? The second is wrongly used here.
স্যার
Printing
এটা কি
mistake.
কেটে দিব ইজ মানে দ্বিতীয়
The second is should be overwritten or deleted. Any other question?
নো স্যার। স্যার কখনো কি প্যাসিভের সময় দুইটা অক্সিলারি ভার্ব এরকম হতে পারে?
Never, never.
স্যার তার মানে হইলে মানে কখনো থাকলে কোনো বই থাকলে স্যার সেটা ভুল।
Yes, printing mistake. Here it is printing mistake because the people who make these kinds of books are well known to these kinds of things. So they have not done the mistake. I think this is the printing mistake. No question. Let me do the work. Let the work be done by me.
স্যার আরেকটা সেন্টেন্সের উদাহরণ দিলে স্যার আরেকটু ভালো বুঝতাম।
Okay.
রাইট। সেই
Let him draw a picture. What will be the answer of this question? Oh, sorry, of sentence. What will be the passive form of this sentence? Let him draw a picture.
Let a picture be drawn by him.
drawn by you.
Only one.
কে
স্যার
বলবে স্যার?
আমি বলি
Okay, Sifat Jahangir.
Let a picture be drawn by him.
Good. So let will be used here. Let. Then the object. Let a picture. Then be. In the first person form of the verb, drawn. Let a picture be drawn. Then by. Then this object will be used here. Him. Let a picture be drawn by him.
স্যার
So,
বুঝেছি।
dear students, there are some other rules of imperative sentences. In our next class, we'll also have some practices on imperative sentences. So, till then, Allah Hafiz.
আসসালামু আলাইকুম স্যার।
আসসালামু আলাইকুম স্যার
আসসালামু আলাইকুম স্যার
আসসালামু আলাইকুম